Dara, a name that makes the heart of history tremble. But what if it said this battle was over before it even began? That strange silence before dawn, dust-filled Mesopotamian air, the scent of iron hangs in the air, and suddenly the ground begins to shake.
Soldiers, stand firm! The enemy is near! Eye for honor! Charge now! Forward to victory! For the Legion!
Far away, across the horizon, 50,000 Persian soldiers advance. At the front, the Sasanian cavalry, armored in steel, perfectly disciplined. Behind them, war elephants, slow, massive, unstoppable. War drums cut through the air like a warning before thunder strikes. This is not just an army, it is a tide.
Soldiers, advance to the drums! Steady now for the Republic! Forward march, no retreat!
For 200 years, it has crushed everything in its path. Even today, they believe this is just another easy victory. The ground trembles, the air grows heavy. With every step, it feels like the earth itself is retreating. And ahead, 25,000 Roman soldiers. Half. Exactly half. And half of them are inexperienced, not ready for a battle like this. Numbers say this isn't a battle, it's suicide. But something is wrong, something terribly wrong.
Soldiers of Rome, the enemy is before us. Our legions stand united, our cause is just.
March with me now, for glory and empire! Rome!
The hunters are about to become the hunted. Because what the Persians cannot see, this ground is no longer the same. 3 weeks, in silence, in darkness. No one saw anything. No one heard anything. But this plain has slowly been turned into a weapon. They are not marching to a siege. They are walking into their own grave, their confidence, blindness, their numbers, a prison. The trap? It has already been set. The Sasanian Persian Empire, the most formidable military power on earth. For 2 centuries, they have only advanced. They never stopped. They never retreated. And wherever they marched, civilization bent. Fear spread like floodwater. Amida has fallen. Singara has burned. Theodosiopolis survived on hunger. Thanuris, 8,000 soldiers lost in moments. Every fallen city, a message, written in fire. Your frontier is now ours. The Western powers, they did not fight. They sent documents. They sent envoys, they sent gifts, but built no wall. Because there are moments in history where not paper, but the ground decides. And Dara, it is the name of that ground. Now there is only one question. Who walks into the trap and who built it? The imperial court was filled with noise, arguments, explanations, theological debates, heavy like a library, but on the battlefield, emptiness, no soldiers, no resistance. The kingdoms of the Levant remained silent. No one came forward. The world had a chance.
The Western
to stand
foundations
against
must
this
align
tide,
precisely
but
here.
they built
yes, but
no
the Eastern
walls.
vaults need reinforcement.
They only wrote
Agreed.
papers.
Let's adjust the central axis. That balances the structure. Proceed.
Stay sharp, men. The watch is set, sir.
Some wars cannot be won on paper, and yet not everything was lost. One place still stood, a narrow line on the eastern Roman frontier, where time seemed frozen. There stands a city, new, unfinished. Its walls still carry the scent of fresh limestone. All around, flat land, lifeless, empty, no hills, no rivers, no natural advantage. The rules of war, a smaller force does not fight here, but here the rules will not be followed. These soldiers will not retreat, they will not surrender, they will not negotiate, because standing before them is one man, Belisarius, barely 30 years old. But his name has already spread,
Soldiers of the Empire,
not in respect,
the hour of battle
but
is
in
upon
anger.
us. Stand firm,
Cold,
fight with valor,
controlled
and victory
fury.
will be ours! Forward to victory!
History will call him many things. The Shield of the East, the last Roman, but before those names he was just a boy, born to a modest family in Thrace, an ordinary life. Then one
Stay
day,
back!
everything
Don't touch him!
changed. At age
The boy is
12,
coming with
he
us.
was taken
Father,
away.
help me!
He had
No,
no choice.
please, he's just a child! Move aside, or you will be dealt with!
He was taken to Constantinople, not as a soldier, but as a potential, a body to be shaped, to be used. The empire shapes you, then spends you. He did not want to go, but the boy who left Thrace never returned. What returned was a weapon. Inside
The
the
northern
palace,
legions
he
must
learned
reinforce
everything
the flank.
about his empire.
Enemy
and its
supply lines are
enemies.
vulnerable here. The Emperor demands precision. The Persian lines are weakening here. Our cavalry can strike from the north. Agreed. We'll need the reserve
Greek
ready.
tactics,
I'll send the signals.
Persian cavalry doctrine,
These ancient words hold
studied so deeply, it became part of his body. He learned the enemy's language, their psychology, their pride, their beliefs. That smaller forces always retreat. This belief. And right there, he would defeat them. He rose quickly through the ranks by merit, so fast that veterans felt uneasy. Victories along the Danube, success in Moesia. His name spreads. But inside, he knows one truth.
Soldiers,
Glory,
the time has
if
come.
built on another's command,
Yes, Commander.
then it is
To your
hollow.
positions!
Empty. And that emptiness will soon become a decision. A soldier will soon begin writing his own fate. Everything changed at Thanuris. That day was not just a defeat, it was an awakening. Belisarius saw with his own eyes how bad orders destroy an army, how incompetence takes 8,000 lives. He didn't just lose, he understood, and that understanding changed him. He leaves without any announcement. He rides east toward Dara with only 300 cavalry, but not numbers. He carried something else, a quiet fire.
The
This
enemy is
time,
entrenched behind
I
those
won't
walls.
let
We
men
strike
die
at
for
dawn.
mistakes.
First cohort
At
advance to the
Dara,
left
he
flank.
does not
Second
declare
cohort
rebellion.
hold the right. Cavalry will screen our approach. Engineers ready the siege towers.
Soldiers of Rome, the enemy cowers behind those walls. We march as one with iron will and unyielding courage.
He raises the emperor's standard, but not as a follower, as a man who has decided. In his eyes, one goal, the eastern frontier, will not break again. He stands before his men,
Soldiers of the
never
Empire,
again.
hear
No
me!
retreat without a plan. Men
The enemy
are not
awaits. Fight
expendable
with
weapons.
Advance to victory!
Soldiers of Rome, we stand at Dara. The enemy seeks to break.
His voice was calm, but every word cut deep. Then change begins. 2 years, every day, he didn't just train soldiers, he built an army, Arab warriors, Herulian mercenaries, Roman soldiers, different languages, different loyalties, but in battle, division means death. He forced no one, he earned respect. Respect,
Your
stronger
Majesty,
than
the
orders.
royal decree.
Meanwhile, at
Present
the
it,
Persian court,
as you
Kavad
command.
I hears
The
the
decree
name.
is accepted. It shall be done.
Belisarius. No surprise on his face, only irritation. Cold, sharp irritation. A young commander becoming an obstacle on the frontier. That is unacceptable. The order is given. Dara must be broken. Belisarius must be destroyed. And for that task, not a stranger is sent. He once served on the frontier in the same region. They sat together, they ate together, they discussed
has spoken.
tactics.
We march at
Belisarius
dawn.
trusted
so
him.
soon, we are not ready.
That was the greatest
You have
mistake.
your orders. Here are the routes. The eastern pass is our best chance. See it done.
Persians will come from the east, Belisarius. Then we fortify the hills, Peros. A sound plan.
Because the deepest blow Titi does not come from enemies, It comes from those once known, but Peroz's confidence came from Minduos, year 528, a mistake. Advancing on the wrong ground, Persian lancers strike, 3,000 men gone. He returns, silent, armor broken, trust shattered. Defeat didn't weaken him, it made him dangerous, but Peroz did not understand. He believed he knew Belisarius. He will repeat the same mistake, and right there, his downfall begins. Now he marches Khidat with 50,000 men. No doubt in his eyes, only certainty. But ahead,
Soldiers,
something
we
else is
stand at the
waiting.
edge of
Very
destiny.
soon, this
For honor and
confidence
glory,
will
we
collapse
ride.
into a trap.
Charge!
Morning advances, sunlight slowly rises on the horizon, and with it, an unstoppable force advances. The Persian army is now fully visible. The Dumite infantry, hardened warriors from the mountains, short, sharp swords in hand, made for close killing. Behind them, 12 war elephants. Each step shakes the ground. The horses grow restless. They don't understand these beasts. Then, the Hephthalite cavalry. They ride, they turn, shooting arrows backward, as if war is a game. The drums echo across the distance. Villages fall silent. Doors close, people flee. But the most terrifying thing is not sound, but silence. Before the storm, the world goes silent. Peroz rides forward, full of confidence, calm, as if he already knows the ending.
Soldiers, the
He
enemy
smiles.
awaits. We ride for victory
Dara
and
is
for our
not a
homeland.
battle, it's a
Forward
formality.
to glory!
But ahead, just 3 miles away, something invisible waits, a trap, slowly closing. The message had already arrived. 3 weeks earlier, Belisarius reads it. Twice. No reaction. He stands, walks to the wall, and looks at an empty plain. Nothing there. Only emptiness. His captains later say his
Legionaries,
face did
the
not
hour
change,
approaches.
but in his eyes something
Stand firm.
shifted.
Victory is ours.
A plan is born, because in impossible situations, he does not fear. He thinks. At dawn, he calls his officers. Hermogenes, bows, kutses, sunikas, they gather. He speaks truth. We are 25,000. 18,000 can hold the line. They are 50,000.
Officers,
open
we face a
ground, we
formidable
lose.
enemy.
And
Their
they
war
have
elephants
12
are here,
elephants.
in the center.
That will break
And their
us
infantry
on
flanks
sight.
us here.
Precisely. We will draw them into this valley.
A sound plan.
Silence falls. Then, he says, but all eyes turn. They don't know this ground. We do. Then he rides out alone. 3 days, dawn, noon, dusk. He walks, measures, every contour observed, and then he finds it. Between 2 rises, a narrow path. Looks ordinary. Hides destruction. This is not a battlefield. It's a killing ground. Work begins that night, in darkness, in silence. Trenches are dug, 5 feet wide, 8 feet deep. Sharpened stakes below.
The stakes must be
covered
deeper.
with wood and
Reinforce
grass.
the cross bracing.
Looks normal.
Aye, Commander.
Hides death. Now everything is ready, waiting for the first step. Everything is ready, but the most terrifying part has not begun yet. The ground is silent. The sky is calm, and within that calm, destruction waits. Secondary trenches spread at 45-degree angles. Even if someone breaks through, they cannot move straight. They will be funneled into narrow corridors, where invisible death waits.
Soldiers of the
Behind
Empire,
the
the enemy
rises
approaches from the east.
1,800
We
archers,
stand united.
silent,
Victory
still.
will be ours.
For victory!
Advance and conquer.
Every arrow ready, every breath controlled. When the strike comes, the sky will darken. No cavalry in sight, nothing visible, because they are not here yet. They are waiting for the perfect moment. This is the plan, this is the trap, and the enemy understands nothing. The night before battle, cold, silent. A 17-year-old
Feel the
boy
rhythm.
stands there.
Let the sparks guide you.
He
Yes, I see.
watches an old
It's like a
warrior
dance.
sharpening
Good.
his blade.
A dull blade is a dead man.
When do we fight?
Soon. Be ready.
Not once, not twice, a third time. The boy asks, "Are you afraid?" The old man looks. Yes. Fear means you are still alive. Silence returns. Night deepens. Belisarius walks. Alone. No speeches. He stops beside his soldiers. Your families are behind those walls.
Brothers, tonight we gather
Your
by these
children
fires.
too.
The
You
enemy
don't
is
have to
near,
win.
but our will
You
is
only
iron.
have to hold.
Stand with me and we will be victorious. For our homes and families.
This is not inspiration. This is truth. And before battle, truth is the strongest weapon. Midnight passes. He stands alone on the wall, below, silent plain, invisible. But in the darkness, 50,000 men march forward. And within them, memories, trust, now turned into enemies. War doesn't just kill men, it kills bonds, but he does not fear it.
The enemy
He
advances
uses it.
relentlessly.
Their confidence,
Hold the
blindness,
line at
their
all
numbers,
costs.
a prison.
For Rome and victory.
The moment before dawn, all are ready. No one speaks, only waiting. Then morning, the Persian army advances. Perez sends scouts, experienced men. They search, they observe, they find nothing. The path is clear. These three words change everything.
Soldiers of Rome,
The army
the hour of
enters.
battle is upon
Laughter
us.
begins. Everything feels easy,
Forward,
normal.
for the glory of Rome, advance.
Then the wind stops. The birds fall silent. The world seems to hold its breath. The horses grow uneasy. An old soldier looks toward the rises. Fear crawls through him. He tries to speak.
Behold
Stop!
my warriors!
Before the
enemy
word can
awaits our
finish,
fury. Ride
the
with me
ground
for honor,
is
for glory,
about
for our
to
homes.
answer.
Let the earth tremble beneath our charge. Onward to victory!
And then the ground answers. First, the trees. No warning, no signal. Suddenly, ropes are released. Massive cut trunks crash like lightning. Behind the vanguard, the path is sealed. The sound echoes, bouncing off the rises, disoriented, unsteady. The sound echoes, bouncing off the rises, disoriented, unsteady. In the rear ranks, men and horses are crushed. The front line still doesn't know what's happening. Then the sky turns black. Arrows. 1,800 bows release at once. This is not a volley, and it is a storm. One wave, then another. The light disappears. This is not a volley, it is a storm. One wave, then another. The light disappears. Each archer, 60 arrows. The counting begins. On the crowded ranks, it falls like judgment. No one can spread. No one can move. Secondary trenches block movement. Formations collapse. Screams, desperation. Orders are lost. The smell of blood fills the air. Then, the final strike. From behind the walls, cavalry emerges, Belisarius' hidden force. They strike into the broken rear, and then everything collapses. Completely. Men fall, they stumble, they slip in blood. No one knows where to stand. Then the ground opens. Infantry fall into the main trench, 8 feet down onto sharpened stakes. Their screams rise above everything. Pressure from behind pushes more men in. No ground, no safety. You cannot fight what you cannot see. In the chaos, Perros stands. 1 second, then action. 2,000 Savaran form a charge. There he shouts, "Break through there!" The gap is real, but it is a trap. The final trap. The Savaran charge. For a moment, it seems they might break through. At that moment, Belisarius raises his hand. 3 whistles, 6 boulders, fall at once. The formation breaks. It's over. No lines, no order. Small groups, surrounded, fighting, dying. The Romans advance. They know the terrain. Strike and vanish. Strike again. Numbers, once strength, now destruction. This is no longer battle. It is annihilation. Too many men, but no space. The army, unstoppable in open field, is collapsing under its own weight here. No room to form ranks, no chance to recover. A Persian officer takes 40 men up the rise to silence the archers.
Steady into the breach!
For the rebel!
Moments later, only 2 return. The rest remain there among the dead. Before noon, it is over. A battle that began in the morning, ended before the sun stood high. The valley floor is no longer ground. It is a layer of bodies. Weapons lie scattered, glinting in dust. Wounded horses circle slowly, dragging their own weight. The stream flows in a strange color, a color with no name. Some sights exist beyond words. Perros flees. With fewer than 10,000 men, he does not stop. He does not look back. His face empty. Only one thing remains: disbelief. In a single morning, everything is gone. Evening falls slowly. Belisarius dismounts slowly, his sword red to the hilt, his armor marked with scars. He walks through the dead. Voices shout, "Belisarius!" He does not answer. He simply stands at the center, in silence.
We shall remember.
And quietly says, "Victory tastes like silence." No one smiles, because this is not joy. It is cost. The next day, crows arrive first. Work begins. In silence. Heavy, uncomfortable, necessary. The smell spreads. A memory that will remain. On the wall, he stands alone, looking down where the battle was fought. Now just a scene. His captains ask, "Do we advance?"
Soldiers of Rome! The
The
enemy
soldiers
gathers
want
below.
to celebrate.
Caesar! We are the shield of
He
the
shakes
empire.
his head.
Stand firm.
No.
Victory's ours. Roma Invicta!
Because he knows this victory is not the end. They will come again and again, until we break. He holds this truth like a heavy stone. Then he looks at Dara's walls, pale, still. In this moment, The East stands.
The terms are
In
clear.
11
We must
days,
proceed.
news reaches
Agreed. The provisions
Constantinople.
safeguard our
They read
interests.
the numbers
This
again
clause here
and again.
requires clarification. It binds the outer territories.
Then we are decided.
Citizens, news from the frontier. Shocking reports. Read the dispatches. The Legion.
Impossible, but real. The Battle of Dara spreads like fire. Hope returns. Far away, Kavad I reads in silence. He says nothing, but he understands this is not over, because now he knows the man standing on the other side will not break. Inside a silent chamber, everything stands still. But inside Kavad I's eyes, something is forming. Faint, unclear, yet terrifying. Doubt.
My loyal
Belisarius,
followers, we stand
the
united in
name
this
turns
hall.
in his
Our
mind
enemies watch,
like a
but we are
blade.
vigilant and strong. Together we will prevail. Stand firm.
My people, we are gathered in this sacred hall. Our unity is...
My loyal subjects, we gather...
A question forms slowly, silently. There is no answer. Can an empire truly break? A man who refuses to break. Time passes, centuries fade, but Dara is never forgotten. Historians return, again and again, with reverence. Because this is not just a battle,
consistent alignment.
it is a
Yes,
lesson,
it matches the central structure.
a masterclass.
Let's check the pottery distribution.
I've marked the main clusters here.
Good, that confirms the timeline.
Use of terrain, breaking numbers, turning psychology into a weapon. Victory before battle begins. At West Point, maps are opened, trench lines are redrawn. One question remains. Why did 25,000 win against 50,000? The answer is not numbers.
This is the Battle of
answer
Dara. The enemy
is
outnumbers
thought.
us. They have 500,000
To defeat
troops,
strength,
as indicated by
you
the
must
red
use
arrows.
it.
We must hold this line here. The blue arrows show our defensive positions. We cannot retreat.
Dara becomes the foundation of asymmetric warfare, where the enemy's strength becomes his fall. But ordinary people remember differently. They remember a trench, invisible, silent, that
The nights
swallowed
grow
an
colder,
army.
but our bond is our
Stories are
We must
told
stay together, no
generation
matter what comes.
to generation.
Will we be safe here?
warmth. We are stronger together.
Always remember that.
Friends, we must be ready. Danger is near.
What is your plan?
We must stand united. No one falters.
Not numbers, not tactics. A story of one man, Belisarius, who saw possibility in emptiness. Where there was no hope, he saw victory. Inside the impossible, a plan is hidden. His story does not end here. He keeps fighting. He reconquers North Africa.
Senators,
He
commanders, and
retakes
soldiers.
Rome.
The
The
time
emperor
for
fears
hesitation
him,
is over.
yet
Our
needs
legions
him.
stand ready at the frontier. With your support, victory is assured.
He grows old in the field, not in a palace. 565 AD Constantinople. An old man speaks one last time. Hold the ground, not for the empire, for the people. Then his eyes close.